Just ready to get this show on the road.
The catchphrase of all catchphrases.
It's time to get in the huddle, boys. Let's get this going.
We got an array of topics today for all of you. A lot of football for you football fans.
So quick shout out, gentlemen.
Yes,
we
sir.
got a new Instagram. It's at In the Huddle Sports Radio.
Yes, sir.
So check that out. Throw a follow on there. We'll be posting some clips from the show. We'll be posting when we go in live, all that kind of stuff. So check that out.
In the Huddle Sports Radio.
Show going.
Let's get it going.
Oh, yeah. Last night, Sam Darnold returned for the Jets yesterday and had a
4:25
spectacular
PM.
performance. Yes, 4:25. You're right. All right. A spectacular performance he had in a 24-22 victory over the Dallas Cowboys. How about them Cowboys? Or should
How
I say,
about them Cowboys, as Stephen A.
me
Smith
tell
says?
you-
how about them losers?
Let me tell you all something. It's incredible how much Sam Darnold brought that team together in his return. You know, how crazy is it that this man was out and then he comes back and they beat a team that's supposed to win the NFC East. They beat the NFC East favorites in a matchup, and they dominated the first half and were able to hold on the second half. And they showed them that they're actually a pretty solid team when they got their QB back.
Hey, you know, when going into the beginning of this season, in the offseason prior, the whole reason why the Jets drafted Darnold and Sam Gase is because they were going to build around Sam Darnold. The New York Jets looked like their plan was actually working in the game yesterday. You know, the offense looked like it had its thing going. You know, they couldn't get it going early in terms of, you know, converting first downs and stuff to begin the game. But then once they got it rolling and the Jets defense picked up off of Sam Darnold's energy, I think that's just a rough loss for the Cowboys, and there's some concerns.
This
for them.
guy, Sam Darnold,
There's some concerns.
came on a donkey. Like this brother was Jesus going into Bethlehem. I mean, this brother came out. This brother had mono. The brother could have lost his life. The brother came on a football field with an aura, with an energy, led his team right out the gate early, had the nice deep dime to Robbie Anderson on a post route. I mean, yes, he had the little crucial interception in the third quarter in the red zone with a chance to put the game away when he was up 21-9. But at the end of the day, that was a little crucial interception. But at the same time, they didn't lose the game, and the brother had himself a game, 23 of 32, 2 TDs, and 338 yards.
And if anything, you could blame the Jets defense for this near collapse in that fourth quarter. I was watching that, and I was saying to myself, this is going to be a Jets turnout. This is going to be typical New York Jets fashion, and they're going to blow this, which they started to do. The Cowboys got across the 50, and 3 straight penalties later by the New York Jets defense. Just undisciplined, poor penalties committed by some of these cornerbacks. And the Cowboys were at the 20 and into the red zone. So the Jets were able to keep it together. The biggest thing was stopping the 2-point conversion, and they almost fell apart on the onside.
They almost fell apart before that. The Jets almost blew this game with them penalties on the last drive. There were 4 penalties on the Jets defense on that final drive. 3 pass interference calls, a hands to the face call, and you know they were lucky that Adams came out of nowhere and had a good game and came and blitzed Dak Prescott on that 2-point conversion. He had a good game.
Jamal Adams is a hell of a player.
Jamal!
Definitely one of the backbones to that defense.
Jamal Adams is top 3 talent on that team, probably top 2. If you like, I'd say Le'Veon might be the most talented. But you look at Adams, he's a great player, man. He's absolutely he's absolutely stellar.
I mean, that whole offensive line really rallied in front of Sam Darnold. They looked pretty solid against a decent Cowboys pass rush. I mean, Robert Quinn was limited into what he did in that game, as well as DeMarcus Lawrence. So they look pretty solid. Shout out to the Jets offensive line, who's normally pretty bad.
Yeah.
But gentlemen, there's a question here.
Yes, sir.
So after this game, whichever one of you can jump in on this, whoever wants to answer first, is Sam Darnold a better quarterback than Dak Prescott?
I'll tell you what. I think Dak Prescott is playing better this year than he has in the past. But it has to be said that Darnold came in and said, all right, well, I'm going to run my team now. I'm back from injury. I didn't play last week. I could have died. I'm back now. I'm going to take care of business with the team now. We're going to take care of business. We're going to run this show. And Prescott looked half asleep most of the game. Couldn't move the ball the first half. Nothing going. Like from this game alone, it looks like Darnold can lead his team better than Prescott can. And even if the talent might be similar or in Prescott's favor, the ability to lead your team and have that energy for your team might give Darnold the edge for me.
What do you have to say, Leel?
It's dicey, but you know what? Honestly, if I had to choose, I would put it like that for me, because it is dicey. But if I had to choose, I would choose Sam Darnold, simply because, I just believe he's a better passer than Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott had the luxury of having Ezekiel Elliott, who hasn't been playing good so far this year since he came back from Cabo. You know what I'm saying? But he has an offensive line, and at the same time, he has done well. He hasn't done spectacular. He's a pretty average quarterback that can win you games and that can struggle, as we see. They lost 2 straight games to the Saints and to the Jets. The Cowboys was not supposed to lose this game. I know the Jets are
I didn't think they were going to lose it.
I know the Jets are a far better team with Sam Darnold at quarterback, but still, they were not supposed to lose this game. They did. Sam Darnold looked good, and like I said, the only thing Sam Darnold has to do is limit those little interceptions that may come. It's his second year in the league. Obviously he's going to improve. So I like Sam Darnold's upside more than I do Dak Prescott. And
since it's a debate show, I have to go on the contrary here. I'm going to go with Dak Prescott. While I do agree, his ability to throw the football is kind of iffy. He can't really throw the deep ball at all. He's more of a short passing kind of quarterback. He can make moves with his feet. But honestly, I think he's put in a good system. Obviously, you have Ezekiel Elliott. Like we said, he's been rather quiet this season. You still have him and one of the top 3 lines in the league, if they're healthy. That was another big factor in this game. That line was getting beat on by the New York
Amari
Jets.
Cooper wasn't even healthy either. So.
And he got hurt. He was out for the game in this one. But I'd still go with Dak. I mean, he still has the best quarterback passer rating in the league, 81.2%. And, I think he's just in a better system than Darnold, but I will say this. Right now, I think Dak is still better because Darnold still has to prove himself. Last season, it was, the experimental season. They wanted to get him in the offense, get him reps, see how he's going to do, then start to build around him a little bit. They got their head coach, Adam Gase. I think it's still early. The man was hurt for the whole season. He played 1 game, and now he's back. And I think he'll be consistent. I definitely do think he'll be consistent.
I'll tell you what, you made a good point. The system that Dak has currently is a lot better. The Cowboys overall are a better football team.
Yes, sir.
There's no debate there. They lost a game that they shouldn't have lost. It was definitely an upset victory for your New York Jets. Now, on the same foot there, you want to say if they build around Darnold, that matchup's not close next time. If these drafts, they get a couple good rookies, improve the line, improve the defense, give them a receiver. You can't have everything, obviously, in the draft, but you can get some of those pieces. And if Darnold has a better system, he's going to shine. So as of right now, it may be Prescott because of the weapons he's got to use and the team he's got around him. He's going to be more successful, but Darnold is creeping up. And talent-wise, Darnold could have him someday.
I agree because I think too many people say, just outright, they come out and say, Darnold sucks, this and that, he's overhyped. It's his second year in the league, and the man could have died because
of mono.
his life.
Exactly, because mono. And guess what? He
relax
came back
a little bit.
He came back and looked good. He looked fresh.
He looked solid.
He had his moments last year. You see, Darnold, even going back, even going back to his years in USC. Now, the one thing where you can niche at Darnold is to say he can have his moments where he shows that he's a great quarterback, and then he'll have his moments where he turns the ball over. He did it in USC. He had his fair share as a rookie. But at the same time, to me, I'd rather have Sam Darnold on my team because I know the potential is there, and I know once they really build that team around him and that team get better, because the Jets don't really have a perfect team around him. Once they do, it's scary how his potential could be in the future.
I definitely think Prescott needs to step up. This man's got 11 touchdowns and just 6 picks.
Brother.
Cool.
Okay, let's get it.
Hello.
We got a call on the show. Get the mics on.
How we
Ladies
doing?
and gentlemen, we are back. We have a
How we
caller
doing on the
currently.
I'm fantastic, man. What you calling in about today?
We have a caller.
I'm calling in. I'm sorry about that. I had something. I'm calling in to say, how did the Cowboys lose to the Jets last night?
He's calling in to say, how did the Dallas Cowboys lose
All right, man.
to the
Well,
New York Jets?
Look, I want to hear your thoughts on this real quick. Like, you watched this game. Tell me what you thought about the game. I want to hear what you thought.
Well, what I thought was, okay, the Cowboys should already had an advantage. Sam Darnold, been out for like nearly a month, you could say, because he had that minor scare sickness or whatnot. And I felt like, Cowboys should have already been more prepared coming in, because with the Jets coming in with a winless record, and who knows how, Darnold would perform yesterday. And come to find out, he torched that defense. He threw about 380 yards, 2 touchdowns.
I said, what's his name?
And the game yesterday was he threw 92-yard touchdown to Bobby Anderson. So, what's going on? It doesn't make no sense. They already supposed to be prepared, and they end up playing themselves at the end.
I appreciate that. Can I get your name real quick? Carmelo? All right, man. I appreciate you calling in. We're going to answer your question real quick, all right?
So Carmelo is
Carmelo.
in the huddle.
You have a great night.
Hey, Rob, let's answer his question.
Listen,
Carmelo,
man,
what do you have
Carmelo,
to say, Rob?
He telling me he has no idea how Cowboys won this game. I'll have to be honest with you. Even with Darnold back, this is unacceptable from the Cowboys. We touched on it before, but man, these Cowboys are not only overhyped, but they're not winning games they need to be winning if they want to take this division.
How did the Cowboys lose this game? It's simple, ladies and gentlemen. They suck. That's how they lose the game.
Whoa.
Shots
Next.
fired at the Dallas
Next.
Cowboys. And real quick, my take on that, Carmelo. The Dallas Cowboys overhyped by the fans. No offense lately.
As per
The
usual.
defense, I don't know where they were. They were probably still in Cabo with Ezekiel,
Cowboy!
but they weren't there. That's it.